Okay, so next up is getting the profile shape of our character's head. So how we're going to go about doing this, I'm going to zoom into the mouth area over here. Then I'm going to go ahead and create a plane. Okay, so I'm going to make a plane right over there. Okay, don't want it to be too big. So I'm going to put it more or less at the bottom of her upper lip. Okay, so something like that. Okay, then with that selected, I'll hit L, go to the left view, and just like we did with the eye, we just need to go and push this to the front, like that. Okay, so what I'll do next is I'll right click, convert to, remember, before I do anything else, remember your length and width segments down to 1. Okay, so right click, convert to an editable poly, and I will go and shape this. Okay, so before I start going to edge mode and then shift clicking, dragging the stuff out, what I'm going to do is I'll go to vertex mode and go to the left view. Okay, I'm going to sorry, I'm going to go ahead and drag my mouse over these vertices, because if you remember, if I was to hit P to go to my perspective view, I have 2 vertices. Okay, there's 2 of them there. So in my left view, if I just click there and drag it, you will see that that will happen. Okay, so I will highlight to get both of those vertices, and I will just move that back, take those 2 there at the top, and get that shape. Okay, I'm gonna make this slightly smaller. Okay, because I need quite a lot of detail in the mouth area. Okay, so something like that. That's perfect. Okay, then go to edge mode, hit P. I'm just making sure I have this top vertex, this top edge selected. Then I'll go back to my left view. So all I'm going to do now is the same as we did with the eye when we traced the outline. We're now going to go ahead and trace the profile of the character's head. So exactly the same way as we did with the eye. I'll shift and I'll click and drag. Okay, shift, click and drag, shift, click and drag, and I am keeping the polygon size relatively small. Okay, for now, because there's a lot of detail that I need in this specific area. Okay, so I'm just doing that for the entire shape of the head. So as I'm getting to the bridge of the nose, as you can see, I'm starting to make my polygons slightly bigger. Okay, because I don't need a lot of detail for that part. Okay, so continue making them slightly bigger as I go along. I don't want to make them too big. Okay, so something like that. So what I'm gonna have to do now is I'm taking a look at where I think her head should be. Okay, so obviously we're not gonna go and follow this shape over here. Okay, we need to make this look realistic. So I'm gonna go and drag this out, so wherever I think the character's head will actually be. Okay, so I think that's might be a little bit too low, so I can go to vertex mode and go and adjust that at any time. So I'm just really dragging out the shape really quickly over here, more or less till just underneath the ear, so something like that. Okay, so like I said, I just drag that out very quickly. Then I'll hit 1 on my keyboard to go to vertex mode. So what I can do now is I can actually go and shape this. Okay, so just like that. Okay, so this doesn't have to be 100% perfect. This is going to be covered by hair anyway. Okay, but obviously if you have a character like a male character that has very short hair, or you have a character that's bold, then obviously you need to spend some more time on this. But because this character is going to have a full head of hair, I don't really need to worry too much about. I still need to get it kind of where it's supposed to be. Excuse me. So I think something like that. That looks pretty okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so now that we have that, if I go and hit P to go back to my perspective view, okay, now we can see we already have the basic shape of the character's head. So a good reference point to actually start working from. So from here we'll go now and just build the bottom piece where her bottom jaw is, and then from there we'll go and start to bring in more polygons and then actually start to shape the head. Okay, so I'm going to go to my front view again. I'll go to polygon mode and select this polygon. Okay, because what I want to do now is I want to continue on with, if I go to my left view, I want to continue on with this area over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is in my front view, I will just hold down with this polygon selected, I'll hold down shift and I'll click and drag that out. So the reason why I'm doing that is I don't want to go and create another polygon and try and get it the exact width of this first one that I made. So I'm just dragging that one out, and as you can see I have cloned part of mesh. So what I've done is I've taken a polygon from this mesh that I created, and I'm just basically copying just that one polygon. But you have two options. You have clone to object. So if you select clone to object, what it'll basically do, it'll it'll clone it as a separate object. But the one that I want is the clone to element. So if I do that and click OK, if I was to deselect everything, you can see that even though these polygons are not touching, there's a gap in between, it is still part of the same element basically. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go to my left view and go to vertex mode, and I will then just go ahead and shape this lip. So just like that. Go back to edge mode, hit P on my keyboard, go to my perspective view, and then select that edge. Go back to my left view, and then I'll shift click and drag again. Okay, just following the bottom jaw. Okay, and I'll do one more. Okay, and I'm just gonna stop there for now. Okay, I can go back to vertex mode if I feel I need to maybe do a few minor adjustments. Okay, but I think overall that does look pretty good. Okay, remember, always try and keep your polygons the same size. Obviously, if you're going into smaller areas like the lip, as you can see I have a lot more detail, okay, because there's going to be a lot of deformity or deformation basically that's going to be taking place, okay, because this character when it's done will be rigged and animated. Okay, so if she was to actually speak, then we need those polygons. We need a lot more polygons there so it looks convincing. Okay, so I see that my polygons at the bottom over here, I have they're a little bit too big. Okay, so I'm just quickly making those adjustments. Okay, I'll get to this section now. I'm going to show you how you can insert segments should you have the same issue that I'm having now. Okay, so I'm just making them a little bit smaller. I'll hit 2 on my keyboard. Then that edge should still be selected. And I'll shift click and drag out just one more time to get that. Okay, so I'll go to my perspective view. And as you can see, this is kind of problematic. So what I'm going to do is with edge mode, I'll just highlight these 2 edges. Okay, so those 2 edges over there. And I will go to connect. Okay, so I'll go to the connect settings just to make sure that this is set to 1 segment. Okay, if I needed to add more segments, I would just bump that up, and as you can see, that it'll add in the segments. But in my case, I only want 1, and I'll click OK. Okay, hitting F3. Go back to my left view. Okay, go to vertex mode, and then I will just shape that. Okay, and I am pretty happy with the way that that looks. Okay, so just going in again, just making a few minor adjustments. Okay, like I said earlier with the eye, while you have this simple shape, while you don't have a lot of polygons, you will see at the end of this course, you will see actually how many polygons there will be. So while you have the simple shape, try and get it as perfect as you can. Okay, and I am noticing something here. This needs to go out a little bit more. Okay, so like I said also at the beginning, take the time, put in the effort to make this perfect. Okay, because if you spend time on small little details like I'm doing now, you'll see that once you start connecting all of these edges together to actually form the face, you will see how easy it'll be to control all of those edges and the polygons and the vertices that you have. Okay, so take the time, put in the effort, and make that look perfect. Okay, so I'm not going to be spending taking a lot of time in these videos, like doing my minor adjustments like that. Okay, so what I will be doing is as I go through this, I will go in between these parts that I make. I will go and smooth out. Sometimes I'll pause the video and continue smoothing it out. So I'm not going to be talking a lot about that anymore from here on out. Okay, you should start remembering that. So go and do your adjustments. Okay, so now I have the profile of my character's head. Okay, and I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is to start connecting all of this stuff together. So for example, taking the eye and bridging this across, and then start building out the mouth and all of that. Okay, so what we need to do is go ahead and group these, well, not group, we're gonna be attaching these 2 shapes together. So this eye, the eye shape and the actual profile of the head, we're going to go and attach those together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to deselect vertex mode. Okay, then I want to select the eye. Okay, and then over here in your modify panel, you'll see we have attach. So what I'm going to do is I will just simply click on attach, and then I can just select any other shape. Okay, so in this case we only have the profile. Okay, so once I've done, once I did that, you'll see that it'll automatically, if I was to just deselect attach, now these 2 are one shape. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to start bridging these edges over here. We need to start bridging that together. So the way we're going to do that is we'll go to edge mode. Okay, I'm going to go to my front view, and I need to see where I need to bridge these across. So why I said in the beginning, okay, what I'm thinking now, I don't know, yeah, it's kind of hard to see where I have these red lines selected. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my material editor, and this blue material that I have, I'm just going to go and change that color to a gray color, so something like that, and I'll click OK. Okay, it's just a little bit easier to see where I have these edges selected. Okay, so as I can see, I want to bridge these together. Okay, so this polygon can easily go into this one. This one can easily go into that one. This one can go to that one, and that one to that one, that one to that one, and then this one to that one. Okay, so this is why I said at the beginning it's very important to try and keep the polygons more or less the same size so you don't have any of these issues. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start bridging these across. So I'm going to select this one up here. I'll hold down Control and select this one. Okay, then I want to go to my bridge settings. Okay, so as you can see, that will now be bridged together. So I'm going to go and add in a few segments. So I think 3 segments should be fine. I'm going to click OK. Yeah, I think that should be fine. And then what I can do is I can just come in and slowly start to just give this some shapes. I can go to vertex mode, and I can actually start shaping this a little bit, so something like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then all that's left to do is just to start bridging all of the stuff together. So this one and this one, I will bridge that together. Okay, I'm just going to click on bridge, not the bridge settings, because I want these 3 polygons in there, because these polygons need to flow into each other. So I can't have 1, 2, 3 polygons over here and then have 1, 2, 3, 4 polygons over here, okay, because then they're not going to flow into each other. Then you have to go and add in extra segments, so try and keep it the same. So I can also go to that one, and I can bridge that together. I can go to that one, bridge that together, this one, and then bridge that together. Okay, so now that is bridged across, but we have a little bit of an issue. Okay, I have a big hole in the face over here. So all I can do, easy fix, I can go to vertex mode. Okay, then I can go on the right hand side in your modify panel to target weld. So I can select target weld, then I'll click on that vertex and then select that one, and then that one. Okay, and I'll right click just to deactivate target weld. Okay, so that will get rid of that hole. So what I can start doing now is I can go and slowly start to shape this. Okay, so select the vertices and just start to shape that. Okay, so there's no specific way in which this should look like, because all of your characters that you designed will end up looking different than the one that I'm doing now. Okay, so I'm not going to be spending time shaping all of these individual vertices. Okay, like I said a few minutes ago, I will do that in between lessons. Okay, so you can go, once you've done that to your character, just go and shape out the way that the nose should look like. Okay, so I'm not going to be spending too much time on that. Okay, and that's basically it for bridging certain things together. Now what we're going to start doing now is we're going to go into the lips. Okay, so we're going to start building the lips of the characters. So here it's going to start getting a little bit tricky, because we have a lot of small little polygons that we need to create over here, and then from there we need to start bridging in the actual nose. So the reason why I'm not continuing on with the nose is, if I go to my front view quickly, as soon as I have my lips, okay, as soon as I have the shape to my lips, then from there I can actually see, okay, so I have a polygon, I have a lot of polygons over here. So for example, this polygon that's over here will go and flow into one of these polygons over here. Okay, then this one will flow into that one, then one over here will flow into that one, etc, etc. Okay, so that is why I'm going to do the lips now. Okay, so what we need to do is I'm going to go to my perspective view. Okay, I'm going to select this edge of the upper lip. Okay, so that last edge I'm going to select. I'm going to go to my left view. So what I want to do is I actually want to go and create the actual mouth. Okay, so the inside of the mouth. Okay, so in case this character is going to be animated with if the character is going to be talking in the animation. Okay, so I'm going to go hold down shift and then hold shift, and I'll drag that out like that, and I'll hold down shift, and then I can actually go and drag out this shape. Okay, so I might need to shape that a little bit, so I'll just go to vertex mode and I'm just going to shape this. Okay, just like that. Okay, then what I'll do, I'll go to edge mode and I will select this edge over here on the bottom lip, and I'll do the exact same thing. So I'll hold down shift and I just want to get this first one roughly the same size, and then I can go and then just recreate that. Okay, so just a rough shape, and then from there I can go and do some adjustments. Okay, so this piece in here doesn't need to be 100% perfect, okay, because you're not really going to see this shape. Okay, just like that. Go to my perspective view, and I'm quite happy with the way that looks. I might need to just take this one and just bring that down a little bit more. Okay, just like that. So what I'll do now is I'll go to my front view and edge mode, and now I want to go and build the shape of the lip. Okay, so I'm just dragging this out. Okay, so just like that. Oh, that was too big. Okay, you can go to vertex mode, and then I will shape the lip. Okay, so basically the shape that I'm creating is the outer part of the lip. It's not the actual lip itself yet. Okay, it's just the top piece of the lip. I'm just going to take this and push this up a little bit. Okay, and then again I will go and shape this just like we did with the eye. Just go and shape this so we have a nice flow of polygons. Okay, so something like that. Take this one, bring that in a little bit more. Okay, I think that should be fine. Okay. Then, the next thing that I'll do, so go back to edge mode, and I need to make sure I'm selecting the right one. Yes, that is it. Okay, so selecting that one, I'll go and shift and drag that out. Okay, and again I'm keeping it the same size as I have on the top. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to go and drag out 6 of these polygons. Okay, go to vertex mode and then I'll shape them. Okay, so just like that, selecting and just making sure that these polygons just flow into each other. Okay, I actually took them the wrong way. Let me just do it to the other side. Okay. Okay, I just need to do some more shaping. Okay, this actually needs to be, it needs to come a little bit thinner, so it needs to start out big and then just go a little bit thinner. I'm going to take this and bring it up a little bit. I want to give this some shape. Okay, so something like that. Okay, like I said, I will go and do some refinement in between these lessons. So what I have now is the basic shape of the lip. So first things first, I need to go to my left view and take a look. We have a flat lip. Okay, so let's go and quickly change that. So I'm going to select this segment and push that back to where it's supposed to go. Take the next one, push that back, next one, push that back, and push that back. Okay, it's looking nice. Then we'll have to do the same on the bottom over here. Let's take this one, push that back, take this one, push it back. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. Okay, so next thing that we need to do is to go and bridge these segments together. Okay, so I'm going to go to my front view and select this edge and that edge, and then I will bridge that. I'll go to my bridge settings and I'll go to 2 segments because I have 2 segments over here. Okay, then I'll click on this little plus sign and then I'll click over here, hold down control, click over there, and bridge settings. Okay, or what I could do is I can just activate bridge and then I'll select this edge and that edge, holding the control and bridge that. Okay, select that, and hit bridge, and I will go and finish that off. just like that. Okay, so now I have a little bit of an issue over here. I just need to go and target weld. Okay, so I'll go click on target weld, go to vertex mode, and target weld. There we go, target weld this edge to that one. Okay, so now we can already start seeing this shape coming together. Okay, I need to make a few adjustments. Okay, so let me just quickly do that. So I want her to have quite full lips. Okay, so just shaping that out. Okay, again, like I said, I'm not going to go and spend 10 minutes shaping out her lips and then waste time, so I will go and finish that off in between lessons. Okay, so the bottom of the lip is going to work exactly the same. Okay, you're going to go and select the edges and drag it out. Okay, so I'm just going to pause the video and I'm going to continue shaping the lip. Okay, and then we'll continue on with the rest of the face. Just one thing that I actually forgot was this bottom piece here. Okay, so before I actually carry on with the reshaping of the lip, I forgot about this bottom piece. Okay, which is the rest of the lip. So all I need to do is I'll just select that. I'll hold down Shift. Okay, and I will just drag this out. So holding down Shift and drag this out again 6 times because we have 6 polygons. Okay, and then I just need to go and reshape this. Okay, so working at an angle like this can be quite tricky. Okay, so let me go and do that. Okay, so just selecting it, shaping, and I think that should be fine. There we go. Okay, then all I will do is I will just go target weld that edge to that edge, that edge to that one, and just continue target welding the bottom piece. And there we go. Okay, and then from here is where you start building out the lip. So from here you will go and I might need to go to my front view and I'll hit F3, so I can now start to select those edges there at the back and start giving them some shape. So if I can go to vertex mode as well and then bring those down. Okay, so again, your sketches can only take you that far. So for some, in some cases you might need to go and even if you go and look in the mirror or download a few reference images of what lips look like on the inside or whatever. Okay, sometimes you have to go and do that. So I think overall that looks pretty good. So she has some nice thick lips. Yeah, so now like I said, I'll pause the video and continue shaping this out.